Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show, a look at sports in and around the Tuscarawas Valley.
Big Time Sports Show. Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show is brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota. For a great deal on a new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, see a Ferris wheel. Ferris on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Now, here are your Big Time Sports guys.
Big Time Sports guys.
Taking care of sports business is the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the weekly edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn. Charlie Jones alongside as always, and here's your invitation to stay with us for the next half hour as we talk local high school sports all over the greater northeastern Ohio area. 1 week from tonight, it all begins again, the 2014 high school football season. A lot of Thursday night games, most on Friday, but once we get into the weekend, it is all football, and we're looking forward to bringing you the best high school football coverage of anywhere here in the greater Stark County and Tuscarawas County areas. Charlie, we're going to be busy that first weekend, aren't we?
We are always busy, Joe, when it comes to high school football. Next Friday night, August 29th, a big one here in the Stark County area. It is going to be the Lake Blue Streaks taking on Green High School. Joe, you and your stepson, Troy Richardson, will be there in the Big Time Sports booth for that Green Lake game. I'm going to take the Twin Towers, Bruce Witter and Ronnie Hurst, down to Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, and we are going to bring forth the New Philadelphia Canton Central Catholic football game. Not one, but two big games to kick off the season.
I'll tell you, Charlie, both those games are going to be very good football games. Lake at Green. Green has one of the better quarterbacks in the area, and Big John Davies, the 6'4" senior who can throw the football all over the place. Lake, of course, traditionally one of the better teams in all of Stark County. Should be a good one. Meanwhile, hearing a lot of good things about the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic. A lot of speed back, outstanding quarterback. New Philadelphia is going to have their hands full down there in Quaker Stadium.
They do because you know, and I hate to say, I'm going to get all kinds of phone calls now from my Quaker buddies, but the Quakers are going to be reloading this year. Okay, they lost a lot of firepower with Jamal Jackson and those boys, so New Philly got to step up to the plate now, Joe, and fill those big voids. But a new coach at Canton Central Catholic, and they've got a lot of talent back.
They sure do. Lowell Kleinfelder no longer the coach over there, but a lot of speed, a lot of players that can play good football at Canton Central Catholic. But anytime you go on the road, it's going to be tough. Quakers are going to be waiting for them, but it's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game. And Joe, while I'm thinking about it, I want everybody to check us out at BigTimeSportsOhio.com. That's the website. That's where it's happening. It's BigTimeSportsOhio.com. And along with that, Joe, I want everybody out there to like us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. And Joe, do you know how to spell Twitter?
I certainly do.
All right, Joe, why don't you tell everybody out there in TV land what our Twitter, we've got almost 5,000 followers now, Joe, on Twitter. Tell them what that Twitter address is if you can read it that far off of your monitor.
Well, I think you can probably read it better than me, Charlie.
All right, I'll give it to them. Tweet us at BTS Ohio.
That's it.
Join 5,000 high school sports nuts at BTS Ohio. Give us a tweet.
Before we take a break and welcome in the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas and head coach Tim Budd, let me say a couple things. Number one, the High School Football Scoreboard Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 begins on Friday night, the 29th. Scores, highlights, talking to coaches, talking to players, talking to you, the fans. Fox Sports 1350 from 10 o'clock until midnight every Friday night during the high school football season. And secondly, before I forget, we want to talk to all the nice folks over at the Jackson High School basketball golf outing. They treated us awful nice. We had a foursome over there in the Polar Bear golf outing. We had a lot of fun over there.
We did. We had a lot of fun. Now, the good news for you people out there in TV land is that the Big Time Sports foursome had a lot of fun over there with the guys from Jackson. Now, the bad news is that I had to drag Joe Dunn around that course all day long.
That's exactly right.
Now, Joe may be your favorite TV talk show host, but if you ever saw my buddy Joe play golf, you're not going to call him for a Saturday morning golf game.
That's the first time I'd played in years, Charlie.
And no kidding, everybody knew it as soon as they saw you, too.
Once I got the tee teed up so I could hit the ball, I was driving a long way.
You know, you are a real hacker, Joe. Huh?
I can really putt. I'm a great putter.
Yes, you are, baby.
Always putting around a little bit. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, as promised, this week's featured high school football team, the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas. We're back to talk Knights football right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris. You gotta go to Bob and Pete's.
Welcome to Bob and Pete's Floors showroom. This is where you'll find an extensive selection of styles and colors with the most up-to-date designs and fashions at the price that's right for you. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tiles, a laminate floor cover, or countertops, you'll find what you need at Bob and Pete's Floors. Bob and Pete's Floors. Make your feet happy feet.
You gotta go to Bob and Pete's for happy feet.
Melatones. Do you know why we were asked to see you today?
No, ladies, but when you call, old Mellow-Tones comes running. What's happening?
You may be aware that we're very cute.
Oh, I'm aware.
Until recently, we were the sweethearts of the neighborhood.
Everyone just loves your little faces.
Everyone did love our little faces. Then they found Big Time Sports. If we set up a lemonade stand from about 3 to 6, our regulars will be listening to Big Time Sports radio show. And if the TV show is on, forget it. We're watching your interviews, listening to stats and recaps. You have prizes, we don't have prizes. We can't move this product under these conditions.
Girls, what can old Mellow-Tones do?
Make us stop.
You know, I could use some fresh-faced, big-time sports spokespeople. How about you girls? Are you up for the challenge?
Have real people call our people. We'll talk.
Okay, welcome back to the weekly edition of Big Time Sports. Joe Dunn along with Charlie Jones. As we said, high school football starts 1 week from tonight, August 28th. We are set for football all over the area as far as Stark County and Tuscarawas County. Each week we feature another local team. Tonight we are talking St. Thomas Aquinas Knights football as we welcome in their head football coach, Tim Budd. And Coach, welcome back to the program. Great year last year, 9-3. Went all the way to the D6 state semifinals, and they ran into a buzzsaw in Kirtland. But great year last year, but I know you're not satisfied until you hold that state trophy in your hands.
Right. I mean, a great year would be winning the state championship. So it was a good year. We had to replace a lot of people, and we got a lot of people experience. But, you know, we learned a lot by playing Kirtland. You know, we had to recommit to the weight room and lift harder than we ever had before. We've lifted through two-a-days because we were physically mismatched, and we've taken a lot of steps to ready ourselves for this season and just be all around more physical, because the games we lost last year, we got pushed around, and that doesn't sit well.
You know, I went and reread the article on that Kirtland game earlier today. You were right there. I think it was 7-7, and then, of course, like they do with a lot of teams, they exploded in that second half.
Well, I mean, they were physically dominant to us, so it was a matter of time. And, you know, it was just a great eye-opener. They've got what we want. And, you know, we talked about it a lot in preparation for this season, what we needed to do better to give ourselves a chance to get there. And I think that our guys have. They've really worked hard. They want to be good.
Okay, Coach, so you got pushed around, to use your terms, up at Kirtland. Okay, so how much have you now improved since that Kirtland game. I can understand doing more reps, in the weight room, okay, but physicality, how do you get the kids, okay, tougher and tougher so they won't be pushed around?
I think my first 2 years we were extremely physical, and that's how we won football games. And last year we played, we ended up playing a lot of young guys who they just weren't ready to go. I mean, there's a big difference between a sophomore body and a senior body, and, time and just talking about it. We don't like to lose. So it wasn't just the Kirtland game. The other games we lost, we got out-physicaled as well. And, it was just a concerted effort. And all I can say is at this point, we've had 2 scrimmages and nobody's run the football on us. So I know we're headed in the right direction.
Okay. All right, Coach, you sat in that very chair last year on this very show, and I remember this. You put forth that aura of confidence. You felt that your team, okay, because they do the things you want them to do, and because they work hard, you sat right there and said, we are going to have a good season. What'd you do? 9-3, and made it what? They got beat by Kirtland up at Hudson. So it came out exactly what you told us last year, just as you predicted.
It wasn't that easy. I wish it was.
A lot of sweat in it.
Oh my goodness, was it a struggle. I mean, we had guys in and out of the lineup. We had inexperience. We had injuries. And we really got knocked down. The 2 games we lost in the regular season, they were really demoralizing. We lost 30-0 and 56-28 at home. And we had to have a lot of moxie, and a lot of gumption to come back from those. And the kids did. But to say it was a struggle. It was a struggle every day. And, the guys really earned the results. It's not quite what we wanted it to be, but for what we fought through, it was successful. But, we want to go bigger than that this year. I'll just say it. I mean, we want to do more than that. There's no reason to hide from it.
Well, let's turn the page now. We're ready for the 2014 season, at least on paper. You haven't played a regular season game yet. At least on paper, what do you think the strength of this group is?
I really like just the attitude of our upperclassmen. They've been with me now 3 and 4 years, and they know how tough and physical we have to play to be successful. They understand the values of our program, and I've liked that. I like how fast we're playing on defense and how physical we're playing on defense right now. Offensively, we're running the ball really well right now, far ahead of where we were at this point last year. But, St. Thomas is small school football. Yeah. And on paper, we've got a lot of young guys in the lineup right now. And, it's going to be a lot of, we're going to have to make a lot of growth, and I think we understand that.
It sounds like the key to success is how quickly those young, talented players mature during the season.
I actually disagree. I think it's on the older kids.
Is that right?
If our best players play like our best players, we're going to win games. And if they don't, we're not going to be successful. Because the young guys, they're going to come along. They need work, they need experience, they need reps. But if I can count on my core guys to play big every week, then we'll have a success. And if not, it won't be.
Well, you brought 3 of those core guys with you tonight. I know one of them. I met the other 2. Who are these 3 men, and what do they mean to the program?
Well, we picked 3 senior captains before lifting started in the off season. The coaches got together and voted, and we have our quarterback and safety, Anthony Meglin, our tight end outside linebacker, Frank DiMarzio, and our receiver and cornerback, Evan Fournier. And I think they're interesting as captains because they all bring something else to the table. Anthony's Mr. Excitable. He gets everybody up. And I like that. We need that. He steps into the huddle and it gets everybody's spirits up. Frankie's a pretty big guy. And, when he gets on the younger guys to start playing, we need that voice. I think he can really rattle some cages, which is good. And then Evan is our quiet captain, but he consistently works. I mean, today he might have run deep 15 times in a row or something like that. Doesn't say a word, is back in the huddle and runs even harder the next time, and then goes and plays defense and covers 10 fades in a row. And I think the kids need to see that out on the field, the work ethic. as an example. So I like what each of them brings.
Leading by example, that is key. You open up the season on August 29th at home against Elyria Catholic. We're going to get a scouting report on them a little bit later, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet these three young men who are going to be playing key roles for the Knights this year. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Our commitment has always been to you. You inspire our compassion that leads to better care. You're the reason we invest in technologies and facilities that provide better results and greater comfort. You motivate us to be the best we can be every day, and we'll continue doing it. Altman Hospital, leading our community to improved health.
Welcome to All-Type Heating and Cooling, your one-stop shop for all types of home repairs. That's right, All-Type Heating and Cooling not only provides complete sales and service for your furnace and air conditioning, they also do plumbing. Family owned for over 30 years and with more than 100 years combined experience, you can trust us to keep you comfortable year-round. All-Type is your authorized Lennox dealer and can service or repair any make or model. All-Type Heating and Cooling, we treat you like family.
Well, head coach Tim Budd of the Aquinas Knights says the key to the season is how well his veteran players played. We got three of them with us right now. Three guys that are going to be very, very important if the Knights are going to get back into Week 11 and beyond. As we welcome in Anthony Magellan, the quarterback, tight end Frank DiMarzio, and wide receiver Evan Vernier. So, guys, welcome to the program. I know you're looking forward to a great year. Anthony, let's start with you. Coming off a tremendous junior year, 2,700 yards passing, 27 TDs. I know as a quarterback it's all team oriented, so you need at least those numbers this year to get back into Week 11, don't you?
Absolutely. You know, those are good numbers, but they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the guys around me. You know, if I didn't have a good line, you know, I wouldn't have time to throw. If I didn't have good receivers, two of which are sitting to your right, you know, I wouldn't have those yards. So, you know, just like you said, it's a team game, and it'll always be a team game. And to have a better year this year, we stepped it up. Coach Budd mentioned it earlier. He said we picked it up in the weight room, and we really have. From across the board, everyone's much stronger, much quicker, and I think this year could be a lot better for us.
Obviously, you're a team leader at quarterback, a vocal leader. How important is it for you to play well, not only talk in the game, but also play in the game?
It's very important to do both. You know, Frankie can talk the game and play it. Evan doesn't really talk the game, but he plays it, and I try to do a little bit of both. But when I'm off my game, I can count on these two to, you know, be right in my face. Hey, Ant, snap out of it. You know, one of those things, and you know they'll be there for me because I'll be there for them too. So, and we're there for the team. So.
Of course, we saw in the basketball court last year that tremendous Aquinas team down at Columbus, football player. How difficult a transition is it to go from one sport to another, or just stay in shape and let it happen?
It is a tough transition, but I try to keep two going each year. So right now, you know, I'm focusing mostly on football, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, I keep my basketball skills toned. And you know, basketball season comes around, you know, I'm lifting for football, throwing the football a little bit. And you know, baseball season comes around, you know, I'm throwing the football and playing baseball as well. So you know, it's tough. It is a tough transition, but you know, if you just stay on top of it, you know, it becomes a little bit easier.
You know, timing is so important in the passing game, and you got two guys here that are probably one of your top two targets. Mm-hmm. How often did you get out this summer, even before practice started, get the routes down, get the timing down?
3 times a week we go out and we would throw routes. You know, after our workouts, we work out in the morning, and then we go up to the field and throw. You know, we throw for an hour at a time, and you know, just constantly going through routes and stuff. And you know, just like you said, just getting the timing down, because that's the most important thing in the passing game. And you know, they want to know where the ball's going to be, and I want to know where they're going to be at, you know, when I'm in the back of my drop. So, you know, that is paramount in the passing game, and we've really worked hard on that this year for a better result at the outcome at the end of the season.
Last go around as a high school football player, looking back, how much fun has it been to play for Aquinas?
Looking back, it's been a blast, and I know that because it's gone by like that. You know, I look back and I thought I was just a sophomore yesterday and start my senior year in a week. And, you know, that really blows my mind. But I do know I've enjoyed it and it's been fun, but it'll be complete when we are holding the trophy in December. So that's our ultimate goal, and we're not going to stop till we get there.
Well, I'll tell you what, outstanding athlete, two-sport athlete. You don't play another one, do you? Just two?
Baseball.
Baseball, three-sport athlete. Looking forward to a great senior year. Thanks for coming over, and best of luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn.
All right, Mr. Dunn, I'm now going to go to our good friend Frank DiMarzio, who is a tight end and a defensive end for the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights. And Frank, you heard your good friend Anthony, okay, talk about standing there holding that trophy at the end of the season. Do you want to echo those comments, and if so, how are you going to get there?
Oh, of course. I mean, like, me and Anthony and Evan, we've been looking forward to this since like freshman year. I mean, us as a team, all we wanted to do is get the state championship, and from that, we've had from lifting in the off season and being a team and getting everyone together and cooperating as a whole. And yes,
Okay, 9-3. Okay, now think about this, Frank. 9-3 last year. There's 1,000,001 high school football players out there in the state of Ohio that I would have loved to have been 9-3. You guys apparently worked real hard and came up with a great season at 9-3. What do you think did it? What did the trick for you?
What did the trick for us?
Yeah.
Us being as a team, us being all together as one. I mean, we can't do it if you have individual players on the team. I mean, with Anthony, if he was an individual player, I mean, we wouldn't put up the touchdowns that we did as we did last year. We wouldn't have had the 9-3 record. We wouldn't have gotten to the playoffs for the last 3 years in a row if we didn't have a good quarterback like Anthony and a great receiver like Evan.
Coach Bud talked about physicality. Coach Bud went back to the Kirtland game and said, wow, those Kirtland kids, you know, out-physicaled us, if there is such a word, okay? Now, what has Anthony done, okay, Frank done since then to make that correct?
To make that correct? What do you mean by that? Like,
how did you improve your physicality? How did you improve your strength and your conditioning so when it gets down to the middle of the fourth quarter, okay, you're still in the ball game physically?
Well, I know after we lost to Kirtland that first week, that next week after we lost, I was in the weight room working out with Anthony and Evan. I mean, we were grinding. All we had on our mind was getting back to the playoffs and beating Kirtland.
All right, now, comment, you know, off camera we talked about your hairdo as opposed to Anthony's hairdo. And the more I look at your hair, the more I think I like your hair as opposed to Anthony's. Although I question whether you want to put a helmet on top of that. Okay?
Oh, the hair's coming off.
It is?
Oh, it's coming off.
Proceed. That's it. All right, now, okay, final question, then we got to get to your buddy Evan, okay? You're a senior at St. Tom this year. What are your future plans? Where's Joe and Mellow-Tones going to see you down the road of life?
I mean, I'm hoping to play college football here after I graduate from St. Thomas. A couple schools are looking at me. I just hope to get whatever brings in the most money and whatever I can fit in the best in.
Can you play at a D1 school?
Can I play at a D1 school?
Yeah.
I think so.
I know a guy that's tight with Terry Bowden, the coach at Akron, and it's this guy right here. So you buy Joe a hot dog once in a while. Joe will mention your name next time he has breakfast with Bowden.
All right, that's a deal.
All right, thank you very much. Let's now go to wide receiver and defensive back Evan Vernieren. Evan, congratulations. I understand that last season, which was a great season for everybody on the team, our buddy Evan came through with a new school record for receiving. 1,013 yards receiving. Congratulations, my young friend.
Thank you.
All right, now, Coach Bud now is talking about scrimmages, okay, where you are now running the ball really good in these scrimmages,
yeah.
Okay? So when you have to go out there and run that pattern, okay, and you know, okay, all you're going to do is be blocking downfield, that makes for a kind of a long day, doesn't it?
I mean, every day in practice, our coach, Coach White's our receiving coach, all we do is sit there and stock block for probably 25 minutes.
Is that right?
That's all we do that period, is just stock block, because that, to him, is the most important thing. He wants to run the ball. He said the best thing for receivers to do is block.
Okay, all right. So now, offense or defense? Of course, I already know the answer to this one. If I was to ask Frank that question, Frank would probably say, I want to play defense because I want to hit somebody. You, I'm going to guess, want to say you want to play offense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why offense as opposed to defense?
Because on offense, I actually know what I'm doing. Like, I know I have what route I'm going to run. I don't have to guess what the other person's going to run. And I'll run routes all day.
Evan, you're a nice young man, and I love talking to you. That's why you're a captain. Okay, what does it mean to Evan Vernier to be a captain for the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights?
It means a lot to me. I mean, my brother went through St. Tom. He was never a captain. And to me, it means a lot because I get to actually lead my team and hopefully lead them to the state championship.
All right, final question, then we got to run. What are you going to do with your life, my young friend?
I'm actually not going to go to college.
Okay.
I'm going to become an excavator for beaver excavating.
All right.
So college isn't my thing.
There's nothing wrong with that, buddy. Hey, good luck with beaver excavating,
Thank
okay?
you.
Joe, what do you think, buddy?
I'll tell you what, that sounds like a good career.
It does. I dig it. I can dig it.
There you go. See, I led you right into that
I
one,
can
right?
dig it. Yes, I like that.
I'll tell you what, guys, great having you on the program. Best of luck. Hope to talk to you many times this year. Best of luck in that opener against Elyria Catholic. We're going to come back. Coach Bud's going to rejoin us, get a little scouting report in Elyria Catholic, talk a little bit more about Aquinas in the 2014 season right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Let Designer Stone bring the beauty of natural stone into your home. Now granite from Designer Stone is affordable for your home. Granite is ideal for kitchen countertops, bathrooms, and floors, and is elegant and unique in color and patterns. Make granite from Designer Stone the choice to beautify your home. Call Designer Stone today at 1-866-860-4747.
There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Friday night, August 29th at St. Thomas Aquinas at home, taking on Elyria Catholic. Coach Tim Budd, what about Elyria Catholic? How good are they?
You know, it's a great opener. Yeah. You know, they have a tradition like ours. It's been a rivalry game in the past, and we've renewed the series. And I think that's helped get our attention in the off season because, you know, we know we're opening with Elyria Catholic and we have to be ready to go.
So you got them at Serpilla Stadium. Should be a full house. Should be a fun night for you.
Absolutely. You know, they play up in their schedule just like we play up in our schedule. There's a lot of similarities, and, you know, that could really kick us off on the right foot.
Well, best of luck on the 29th. Best of luck throughout the season. Look forward to talking to you many times this year.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for having us on.
Tim Budd, head football coach at Aquinas. Charlie, outstanding program over there. 9 wins a year ago. They want more this year.
Tim Budd is not only a good coach, he's also a good man. That's leadership that's going on over there at St. Thomas Aquinas. His coaching philosophy and his philosophy in life are reflected on these 3 young men that we just had on the show. Good young men, great football players.
Yeah, very impressive young men representing Aquinas. Best of luck to them. Charlie, next week it all begins for real.
It does. It begins for real, and guess what? The Big Time Sports guys will be in the booth at Lake High School and at New Philadelphia.
There you go. For Charlie Jones, this is Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. Back next week with more Big Time Sports.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Taking care of business.
Tune in every week and see the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.
Taking care of business.